Welcome back, Kay, to Whispers in the Dark, the channel where silence screams and the shadows remember. If you're new here, don't forget to like this video, subscribe, and ring that bell. The dark doesn't wait, and neither should you. And as always, leave a comment with your own paranormal encounter. We read them all, even the ones we wish we hadn't. Tonight's story takes us deep into the woods, to a cabin that doesn't want to be found, a cabin that watches. This is The House That Followed. It was supposed to be a weekend getaway. Three friends, Megan, Chloe, and Dave. They were heading to a hiking spot in rural Oregon. Dense pines, quiet trails, and no cell phone signal. They booked a remote cabin listed on a little-known website. No reviews. It's just one photo. A wooden structure with ivy crawling up the sides and a caption that read, "The Walker's Cabin. Peace, privacy, and history." That last part. They should have paid more attention to it. They arrived Friday evening. The forest was thick, damp, quiet, too quiet. No birds, no bugs. The air was still. The cabin looked older than in the photo, like it had been forgotten by time. Moss covered, the windows clouded from the inside. They opened the door and immediately noticed something strange. There were no light switches, only oil lamps, already lit. On a wooden table sat a leather-bound journal, thick, dusty. It was a guest book. It's full of entries dating back to 1936. Most entries were normal. Wonderful place to unwind. Peaceful. Felt like we were the only people left on earth. Up to toward the back, the tone changed. Saw someone in the woods. Thought it was a deer until it stood up. Woke up to the sound of breathing. No one else heard it. The cabin moved. That last entry dated 2 months ago. Dave chuckled. Urban legend stuff. He left a note in the book, sarcastically. 3 city kids versus 1 haunted shack. Place your bets. That night, the forest outside moaned. A low groan of shifting wood and cold wind. Megan couldn't sleep. Around 2 a.m., she heard footsteps above her, but the cabin only had 1 floor. She checked outside. Nothing. But when she looked back at the cabin's window, her own reflection didn't move. It just stood there, watching her. Then, slowly, it smiled. Megan screamed. The others came running, but the reflection was gone. They thought she was dreaming till morning, because that's when they found the footprints, bare footprints, around the cabin, coming from the forest, but none going back. On the second night, things got worse. The layout of the cabin changed. Doors were on different walls. The hallway was longer. A window was missing. Dave took photos to prove it. He compared them to the listing. It didn't match. Megan wanted to leave. Chloe agreed. But Dave had become obsessed. He wouldn't stop reading the guest book. "I think the house is alive," he said. "It's been watching, feeding." He found an entry from 1959. The cabin doesn't stay in one place. It moves, like a spider, setting a new trap. Chloe tried to laugh it off. Cabins don't move. But that night, at 3:17 a.m., the ground shook just once, and all the oil lamps blew out. They tried to leave the next morning, but the road gone. In its place, more forest, thick and endless. No trail, no car, no sound. Chloe panicked. She ran into the woods. Megan followed. They didn't see Dave again, not until hours later, when Megan, sobbing, heard someone whisper her name from the trees. She turned. Dave stood there, but something was wrong. His eyes were black, and something was moving beneath his skin. "Gumi," he smiled. "She's inside now." Then he stepped back into the trees, vanished. Megan woke up inside the cabin, alone. The door was open. It was daylight, and the guest book was waiting on the table. There was a new page, her handwriting, but she hadn't written it. "I stayed, she stayed, we all stay. The cabin needs us." Megan ran through the woods, blind, screaming. She was found 3 days later by a search team, disoriented, frostbitten, and barefoot. When they asked where she'd come from, she said, "The Walker's cabin." They checked the map. There was no cabin, not even a clearing, just forest, deep and empty. But that night, one of the rescuers opened his front door and found a guest book sitting on his porch. The first page simply read, "Welcome, the Walker's cabin always finds you." If you hear your name whispered in the woods, don't answer. And if you see a cabin that wasn't there before, don't open the door. Thanks for joining us tonight on Whispers in the Dark. If this story kept you awake, give us a like, subscribe, and share it with someone who sleeps too peacefully. And remember, not all houses stay where you left them.